Hey guys, Asian flavored videos here, and today I'm gonna give you a quick tutorial on roach pushes in Starcraft 2. Roach pushes are very effective to use against your friends on Battle.net. It's just very effective overall. It's even more effective when your opponents are teching up, or when they're fast expanding, or they're not just completely not expecting it. You can wipe them out very fast because they don't have any units that early in the game. With that said, you need to make sure you scout your opponents, and you try to make sure they cannot scout you and see what you are trying to do. So map control is very important. I'm going to go ahead and show you the build order. You want to keep building drones until 10. At 10 drones, you want to make your first Overlord. I'm actually playing a hard computer right here, so nothing too crazy. I just want to show you guys the build order. But this build is more than good enough for Battle.net. I always do it, and it works pretty well. Especially in team play games. It works very well in 4v4, 3v3, 2v2. You coordinate with your teammates to all push in at 6, and it's pretty damn effective. So I'm just doing a little extractor trick right here to get that extra drone out a bit earlier for better economy. Right when your first Overlord pops out, you want to use all the larvae you have and make it drones. You should now be at about around 13 supply, over 18. 13 drones. You should now be at 14. When another larva comes out, you want to make another drone. 14 drones is when you stop making drones. You start saving up for your spawning pool. So right when that drones come out, you should have about 200 minerals. You're going to go ahead and drop down your spawning pool. Now right when your spawning pool goes down, you want to drop down the extractor too. Start mining gas early for your roaches. This is when also, if you want to scout, you should be scouting around this time. Scouting your opponents is very important. If you see them fast expanding, you see what they're doing, teching up, you'll know which way to go, which way to attack, what they're doing. As the spawning point extractor are building, you want to keep making drones until you're at 15 drones. Once the extractor comes up, you want to put 3 fully saturated immediately. You should now be at 15 drones. At 15 drones, you also want to make another Overlord. This is all before the spawning pool comes up. Right when that Overlord comes up, the spawning pool should also come up. As the spawning pool comes up, you want to get that Queen. You want to get that Queen right there. And you also want to drop the Roach Warren as soon as possible. Now guys, this is all happening at about 3 minutes and 15 seconds in the game. Got the Queen producing and the Roach Warren on the way. As the Queen is producing, you also want to make a set of Zerglings. I actually made it a bit earlier. Set of Zerglings to put at the watchtowers in the middle of the map. It's important you have the watchtowers so your opponents don't know that you're going to roach push them. They don't know you're coming, so it's important to have watch over the whole entire map. You also know if they're trying to push you. You should also be making another Overlord as the Roach Warren and the Queen is on the way. So you are now 17 out of 34. Right when the Queen comes out, you want to spawn larva on the hatchery. Right when the Roach Warren comes up, you should have 3 larvae saved up and a lot of minerals. Go ahead and make 3 roaches immediately. You're also going to want to rally your hatchery near your opponent's base or near the middle of the map. At this point, you're just going to keep making roaches. I'm now 24 out of 34. 3 roaches coming out. And more roaches on the way because my larva just came out. You want to constantly spawn larvae. Once the spawn larva is over, you want to do it again. At about 32 out of 34, you should be getting another Overlord. There's all my roaches coming out. Constantly spawn larvae, constantly use all your minerals. I'm now 34 out of 34, and I do have another Overlord on the way. Roaches take 2 supplies, so you don't want to be supply block. You always want to plan ahead and get your Overlords ready so you can get roaches as soon as possible. See units on, I have 13 drones, 2 Zerglings, 5 Overlords, 9 Roaches, and 1 Queen at about 5 minutes and 50 seconds. They're all on the way over here. I have them parked right outside the enemy's base. This is generally when you want to start attacking, at about 6 minutes with all your Roaches. Now, Roach Micro is very, very important. You want to make the most out of your Roaches, so you want to make sure you stay away from the Stalkers and take care of the Zealots first. Remember guys, all the while you need to be constantly spawning larva and making more Roaches back at home base. So I have hotkeys. On. You want to never ever stop producing. You want to keep making units, Don't just watch the battle. It takes practice to control your units and keep making units at the same time. But you'll get used to it. Right now, just moving your Roaches up. You want to go for the important buildings. You want to go for pylons powering the gateways. After the important buildings, you do want to hit the mineral line. All the while, keep making Roaches and keep sending them into to help. Make Overlords as you see fit. Make sure you make them ahead of time. You want to do as much damage as you can. Even if you don't fully kill them, but you do a lot of economic damage, you will already be ahead of the game. If that's the case, you want to go ahead and just expand again and just keep making, and you'll end up beating your enemy just because of how behind you've put them in the beginning of the game. Constantly sending Roaches. And there's going to be the GG. I hope you guys like my tutorial. Post in the comments below how it works for you. And please don't forget to subscribe. I'll have more tutorials coming soon. Thanks guys. Peace.